Hi, I'm Mark Nishu, and this is your Better Beer Authority. On tap today is Firestone Walker's Double DBA, an amped-up version of their flagship DBA that they classify as a quote-unquote Imperial Special Bitter. This beer features mostly British malts, including specialty crystal and chocolate, and Old World hops. It's bittered with Magnum, late kettle additions of Styrian Goldings and East Kent Goldings, and then dry hopped with more EKG. It clocks in at 13.5 SRM, 29 IBUs, and 12% ABV. Sadly, for all lovers of English old ales and barley wines, this beer has been retired after the 2014 vintage. So age it often and well. Let's see what the panel thinks. Okay, unleash the blind tasting. So, Rich, how are you?
Great, how are you doing?
Good, good.
Thanks for asking.
Oh, hey, that's why I'm here. So can you describe the appearance and the aroma of this beer?
It's mahogany.
That it is.
Yeah, it's mahogany. It's, not entirely transparent. It's really beautiful color. The aroma, the first thing off the bat, as soon as I sat down, is bourbon. Maybe my nose has gotten used to it, but I'm getting some nice vanilla from it. Getting a little sweetness. It's could be from the malts or from the what I think is the bourbon in it. That's it. I like the smell. And I like the look.
Okay, perfect. All right, and Dave, how about the flavors? And if you could give a guess at ABV in that context.
Flavor-wise, you can definitely get a lot of toffee, caramel, kind of like burnt sugars, a little bit like creme brulee. I was actually going to say, this would be like if Werther's Original was made into a beer. I mean, you could definitely get that a lot in there. So, yeah, sweetness, and it's very, very pleasant. As far as ABV goes, this has to be a little bit up on, I would say maybe about 13% perhaps. I can get some alcohol off the taste, and just the fact that it's a really sweet beer. I'm thinking sweet and with alcohol, definitely. That yeast definitely had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's
plenty to eat.
Yeah, exactly. But it's great. I love the taste. It's awesome.
All right, great. All right, and Zach, what style do you think this is? And do you think this beer is barrel aged?
So I'll start. Definitely barrel aged. I mean. Okay. All of us picked it up the first thing we got.
Softball.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, every one of us picked it up and smelled the barrel right, wafting out of the glass. So that's great. Style-wise, it's sort of hard to guess. It drinks like a bourbon-aged barley wine, but I also feel I can get a little bit of yeast character, so maybe more like a Grand Cru.
Okay.
I know if I had to guess, thinking about what I've seen recently, it reminds me of Hardywood, the Bourbon Barrel Aged Grand Cru. It drinks like that. So,
okay, and you're absolutely right. It is barrel aged beer, but we'll get to that. It's interesting that you're looking at both a barley wine and a Grand Cru. Obviously that's speaking to the alcohol content.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, let's go back to Rich. Rating and why?
It's a 9. It's great beer. The only thing that's not preventing it from going to a 10 is I'd like a little more dark fruitiness to it, I think, to maybe counter the slight booze and the bourbony flavors. But yeah, it's one of the better beers I've had on the show, by far.
And you're the authority.
Okay. We may be the better beer authority, but I tell people we're the authority of nothing.
Okay, same question, Dave.
I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be the first 10 that I'm going to give on the show.
Nice.
And
hold on. Selfie time. I'm sorry. It's the first 10. We have to do it. We're doing a selfie, guys.
Come on. I get interrupted. What is this?
Wait, here we go. That's
not a
it.
selfie, dumbass.
All right, here we go. Now I got this. Hold the beer up. All right. There we go. Look for this picture on Facebook.
All right. Okay, so 10.
I'm going to give it a 10. And the reason why I'm going to give it a 10, and it's even on the BBA scale, this is one of those beers that you hold, you really appreciate, you'll have it again, and this is one beer that you would definitely seek out. I get a feeling I had this beer before, and I'm going to try to give it a guess in a second, but the first time I had it, I absolutely enjoyed it. And it's a combination of everything. It smells great, it looks great, it tastes great, it gives you that warming feeling. this would be a perfect beer for like winter when it's just cold. I mean, this in the studio here it gets really cold sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just like sitting down here doing work, and if I had something like this in the winter, I'll be a happy man, and I know it. So this is a 10 for me.
Okay. And what do you think it is?
I think it's Firestone Walker's Double DBA.
It's a hell of a guess. I'm not gonna guess it, but I just want to say when this warms up, it's gonna be equally as enjoyable, maybe even a little more so.
It's a fantastic beer. I'll go with that.
Okay. Zach, rating and why?
I'm going to go with a 9. I think it's a great beer. It could stand for just a little more malt complexity in it, I think. But, and maybe, I really like long barrel aging, so a little bit longer in it, it would be even better to get more bourbon flavor into it. That's just personal preference for these types of beers, but I would be very happy to drink this throughout, Dave said, the winter, because it'd be a great thing to just warm you up from the inside out.
I'm easy to please. So.
Yeah. So I think next time I host, I have to wear aluminum foil around my head because I wonder if Dave and I have some telepathy going on here, because this is, I think, the second or third time he's guessed the beer that I've selected. So
Well done.
it is Firestone Walker's Double DBA. So pass this around. Get one of their fancy boxes too, if you like.
Cameraman, can you put this in my bag?
Oh.
Yeah.
Do we need to
That's
open it?
dangerous.
Todd.
Okay, so we'll go maybe in reverse order with these questions. So back to Zach. This beer is a 95 on Beer Advocate, 99 on Rate Beer. Do you think it warrants those ratings?
Yeah, I remember having it, I think the 2012 version, and not being a huge fan of that. This seems much more restrained to me, and I don't remember why I didn't like the previous vintage that I had, but it drinks great, and it's sort of sad to see that supposedly it's not going to be made anymore, but we'll see whether Firestone Walker really doesn't make it anymore, or whether it'll come back next year due to unprecedented demand.
Sure. That's what I was. That's actually a nice lead-in. Again, maybe I should wear double the amount of aluminum foil, because the second question that I have for Dave is: this is the last vintage, and the way they classify this beer is an imperial special bitter. It's their amped-up version of their flagship DBA. And they're going to hopefully be making room for something different. But are you sadder to see this go, or more excited to see what's next on the docket?
I'm sad. For one, this is not easy to get.
Yeah.
You definitely have to, do a little truck chasing, if you want to call it, and just make sure that, you know when the person's going to be dropping off the beer, and you just be like, hey, please, can you save me one?
I got 3 bottles from 3 different locations.
Yeah, last year, I managed to get 2 bottles. One, I just went to a shop, and then I had my dad go pick one up at a different location. And when he picked it up, he was like, $17 for a beer. And I'm like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
So this year, I got a chance to have one. And I don't want to feel like I'm cheating, but I have my bottle still from the last time I had it. So you can tell I love it. I love it enough. The bottle's still here. So, I was like, I was drinking. I'm like, I have it. And then I remember that I had the bottle here because it's the last time they're going to make it. So, but here it is. So I'm sad, but let's hope that they make something that can live up to the legacy, or say, hey, we got rid of it because this is better, or something like that. But we'll see.
And finally, Rich, and this is kind of a off-the-cuff joke question, but can Firestone Walker's head brewer, Matt Brindleson, ever make a bad beer? Have you ever had a Firestone beer that is just not kind of slammed you as this is the upper echelons of craft beer?
Beer is subjective.
I haven't yet. I don't know. Even their DBA.
I'm trying to think. When I was getting into craft beer years ago, I remember going to a baseball game in Anaheim and getting DBA, and this is
awesome.
good. Funny, the first time I ever saw Firestone Walker in here was like in a fancy box like this.
Sure.
It was, I think, the 14th anniversary one. I was like, this looks fancy. I'm buying it. But I know they're discontinuing this. But as sad as that is, some of our guesses off camera was this could be Bourbon Crew from Hardywood, which is a great beer, and we get that, by the bountyful. So maybe I'm not terrible. I mean,
It's up
I'm not.
California traders.
Yeah, maybe I'm not terribly broken up that we won't be able to get this because there's a beer. I think the Bourbon Crew maybe have a little more body to it, and that's a quad. But this is only the second time I've had this, and I really like it. What was the question? Not joking.
Good enough. You answered it. Firestone Walker's Double DBA gets a 9.3 on the BBA scale. Have you had this beer? Are you sad as me to see this go? Again, this is Mark Nishu with your Better Beer Authority.
Better Beer Authority. Better Beer Authority. Better Beer